Right. So, okay. There you go. Got the sound effect.
And we're back in the room.
We are back at HalloCon, and we are joined by Spencer Wilding. Hello. Welcome back to the show.
So, somebody who's played genuinely scary monsters.
I know.
And we're not just talking about Darth Vader.
Although he is like one of the scariest people in cinema. If you ask
Well, we touched on this last time we spoke to you because you were telling us about playing Professor Frankenstein's monster. You were playing Prometheus.
Yeah, I played two characters in that film. Actually.
Yes, you did.
Yes,
you told us that as well.
I was a strong man in the circus, the big chase in the circus in the beginning, and then I played Prometheus, one of two actors for the monster at the end.
I think Frankenstein's monster is probably one of the definitive icons of horror. Really, if you look at the Mount Rushmore of horror, you've got the Frankenstein monster, you got Dracula, you've got I don't know who else is up there. There's a top, Wolfman.
But then if you're thinking of like the physical icons, you've got to immediately think of Karloff, haven't you?
Yeah,
with the square head and the bolts and
I remember there's a funny story when I was playing the Wolfman. Rick Baker, the living legend Rick Baker.
Oh, nice.
They brought him onto the studio to see me run around the stilts to see what he thought of the performer bringing it.
Yeah.
I wasn't in full makeup or anything. I was just a guy on tall stilts throwing some shapes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was just looking at me and his arms crossed and his finger on his chin. He was just staring. I didn't know who he was. I didn't. And he was looking over. I'm thinking, who's that? And he looks at me and points at me and he goes, because I was like 5 stone lighter then as well, a bit more gaunt in the face.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and goes, Frankenstein. Because I looked like a little bit like Boris Karloff. I've carried on his characters. And then later on down the line, I learned to know who was Mr. Rick Baker, living legend. And then I was one of the very few actors that got to go to his workshop in LA.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Rick Baker is responsible for one of the greatest werewolf transformations in history. American
Unbelievable,
Werewolf,
yeah.
Well, we talked about that before.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And you did body double for Del Toro in Wolfman, didn't you?
Well, I played the Wolfman, yeah. 99.6% as myself. Yeah, I mean, but Benicio del Toro's stunt double. You know
So that's two of the major universal horror icons.
So I need to play Dracula.
Yes, that's what I was just thinking.
Or the Mummy or something, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I need to tick them all off.
Yeah.
You need to be walking down the Halloween aisle and he has that and say, done that one. That's what you need to do. You need to get them all ticked off.
Put them on the bucket list. Absolutely. You've kind of done zombie-esque with the White Walkers on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and I'm playing Naruk in Lord of the Rings Shadow War Friend or Foe game as well.
Oh, right, yeah.
Brothers, that's, they get closer to them sort of characters, don't they? But yeah, White Walkers, that was me and Ian White were the first White Walkers on the first episode on the first series.
Oh, that far back.
Yeah, what, 15 years ago?
Something like that.
I had no idea because I didn't read too good when I was a kid, so I didn't read the books, And I remember about 3 years after playing White Walker 2, I was at a big show somewhere and there was a big billboard saying Game of Thrones. I thought, I was on that show. So he went,
that rings a bell.
What did you do on that? And so I was the first White Walker. And I went, wow! And then, there you go, another one for the table.
Nice one.
It must be amazing looking back at your resume and just going, I've done so much work on like these major things.
I've been very lucky.
You never think you're gonna.
But then half the time you'll be just walking down the aisle in Asda and nobody will recognise you from it.
Yeah. Unless you're a fan of me films, when I think like Green Street, Batman, Ghost Rider, all them lot, Jupiter Ascended. Unless you've seen them characters, even when I'm not in full makeup, people still don't recognise me from the character.
No.
And they went, you give off a different energy. It's not you. You're portraying another soul, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, you've got to be comfortable with makeup and prosthetics to be able to pull off characters like that.
I find it very relaxing sitting in the makeup chair 5 or 6 hours a day. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a really long day for you.
Well, it's 1:30 on the Wolfman. I was in the wake-up chair at 1:30 a.m. getting out at 11 o'clock at night to work them hours out.
Yikes!
You know what I mean? That was at Palmer Studios and Blackwood Forest and all out the back there when they filmed the original London of Werewolf of London and all that.
Yeah, God.
So a lot of films been taking place there.
We went to Pinewood, didn't we?
Was you
Was that
playing
was,
with
is that what?
Watford?
Yeah, that's where. Yeah, that's where we went when we did the cheat. Not Tenable, wasn't
Tenable?
it? Yeah, 'cause that's where the 007 stage is, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got told off there.
Did
We
you?
were we were in the gatehouse waiting to get collected, and they've got all the glass cabinet with all like various props and stuff from
Yeah.
movies, and they had the original armor chair of the alien
Yeah.
queen from Aliens, and I took photos of it.
Yeah.
And the security went, "You're gonna have to delete them."
Delete
I was like, "Oh, okay,
I remember
delete,
getting-
and then recover
I
later."
remember getting told off. It was in Pinewood Studios, and there was a guy, one of the fire guys, who's got his own fire station there, and he was buzzing about in this quad. And I went, "Oh, I love that quad." He goes, "I'm selling it. Do you want to buy it?" I said, "Actually, yeah, I wouldn't mind buying that. Can I have a little go of it first?" I said, "Yeah, go on, have a little buzz." And I seen Emily Blunt.
Oh, right.
Because obviously chasing around, on the Wolfman, trying to kill her all the time. I said, "Hey, Em, get on the back of the quad." So me and Emily were buzzing around the Pinewood Studios, me doing donuts on it as I do, and then about 6 producers come running out. You've got the lead actress, and
We're not insured for this.
What are we doing, Spencer? Get her off the back. And Emily's like, "Oh, stop it!" You know what I mean? But it was funny. It was a great memory from the Wolfman.
You can't really imagine Mary Poppins banging about on the back of a quad bike, can you?
What? Can now.
You can
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Is horror your bag, as
Well,
it were?
Like I say, I wasn't really into them when I was a kid, but I watched Evil Dead 1 and Nightmare on Elm Street 1. They both did a number on me. Do you know what I mean? But I shouldn't have been watching them at 10 years old.
No.
You know?
No.
Shouldn't have been watching them at 10. And I watched them at like 12 o'clock at night when we were staying at a cousin's friend's house in London. And it wasn't for me. But later on, I like watching them now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'd like to be in more horrors, and get some really naughty with the characters. So I've got a lot of imagination going on in my brain.
Yeah.
So maybe one day I'll play one of them characters that's in my head.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. So it does, when you're playing a character like this, does it come very much from, you're going through the makeup process, and then it's like you open your eyes and there it is staring back at you. Is that where the character comes from, or?
Well, it's like you character before you see yourself in the mirror, really.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And that helps a little bit, but
I can't imagine as much Stanislavski
You'll-
technique goes into playing a Wolfman.
Yeah,
You've not really got a sense memory to draw on there.
you'll see obviously a sketch of your character somewhere in production somewhere on the wall, whatever,
Yeah.
and you start tuning into it then, and then but he's with you. If you're on the job and he's not with you, it's not your job. You shouldn't be on that job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So
But
just need to introduce Amara's here now. Finally,
Amara.
our third.
Hey.
Finally,
Sorry.
Can you get yourself in on the camera there? Can you squeeze in?
No,
No. Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough. That's fine.
How's it going, Mara?
I'm all right.
Good.
Are you?
Yeah, good.
I'm sure you've covered that already.
Yeah. Sorry. Where were we? Sorry. I interrupted you there. Sorry.
Yeah, so not a Stanislavskian
Oh, yeah,
technique involved
Yeah.
with creating creatures.
Yeah, but I mean, suppose the amount of time that you've played these various characters, then
Yeah,
you can draw upon previous experience.
Yeah,
of being
obviously I
in
can't talk
makeup and
about
stuff.
Toxic Avengers at the moment because
No.
I'm on that show.
Not on camera anyway.
Not on camera.
Maybe
Well,
anyway.
even not on camera, and even when I'm not off on camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the last horror I did was Devil Conspiracy. I don't know if
Alright.
you've seen that.
No, I've not seen that.
It's a
Not
good
bad.
film. It's
Not
not
yet.
bad. It's not bad. It's like a science fiction horror.
Hmm.
It's like they get the DNA and they try and make a better Jesus from the
right.
from the shrine of Christ.
As you do.
Yeah, and I
interesting.
play the beast of the ground. I kill like 50 priests in one scene.
So like
Heads and
Doom.
arms coming off everywhere. Yeah, it's good.
I have to check that one out. Actually, that sounds like something I'd be
Yeah.
into.
So-
Yeah.
Definitely
That
sounds,
sounds
like
like
your
something
kind of
we
thing.
should do a commentary on.
I think they get it on
Perhaps.
Netflix now. You know what I mean?
Netflix, yeah.
It's one of them. They'll be on there somewhere.
We've got them all in our house. We've got the Netflix, got the Disney Plus, got the Amazon. Well, my sister's Amazon that she get. Let's just
Just watch it tonight. Devil
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
Okay, there you go, babe. Make
Oh.
a note of that. That's our tonight viewing. There you go. Yeah. What you want to ask me something?
No,
No.
no.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay.
keep talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Amara's literally just rocked up. So
Yes.
how are things with you?
I'm all right. Like, not much has happened really since we last talked.
Fair enough.
Well,
So
no, we've been
the
yeah.
journey here was a bit like I was tasked to find a cable of some sort,
yeah.
and apparently I forgot that all the shops are closed until like
I can't connect this to
midday.
my phone.
Oh well.
on a
Doesn't matter.
on a
We'll survive.
Sunday.
That's the thing I was going to ask you. So
To
downstairs,
be fair, I could just connect that to my phone.
If you've got a headphone jack, then yeah, we'll do that.
But yeah.
Okay.
there we
So
go.
What kind
downstairs
of
they've got
bizarre phone do you have that doesn't?
an iPhone.
Ugh.
Apple
so
devices.
Downstairs, they've got all the replicas and stuff like that. Have you seen? They've got the small replica of the cabin from Evil Dead 1. Have you not seen that? It's in the corner by the stage, by the main stage.
Cabin.
It's got the cellar door and Cheryl's in there and stuff.
Cabin.
Yeah.
No, there's
Why do you disturb our sleep? You know, with the pencil and the ankle.
Yeah,
Black veins go up their legs.
Yeah.
Good one, isn't it?
no. I've made a
Love that
point.
movie.
I've made a
By
point
the
of.
forest.
Yeah. Have you seen the musical? The Evil Dead musical? It's brilliant.
I was
Evil
gonna-
Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2. So the first act is Evil Dead 1,
Yeah.
second act Evil Dead 2, and they
Yeah.
turned it all into a full musical. It's
Okay.
fantastic.
Is it? Well,
I've got the
check that out.
CD off at my car.
I was going to ask you about that
Absolutely
later.
can't
I gotta say that pentagram seems the worst way to get deep vein thrombosis.
I do love it. I remember watching Evil Dead 1 for the first time because I'd seen Evil Dead 2
How old's that film? When did it come out?
in 1981. They shot it in 79.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
Jesus!
Yeah,
Well, I'll
because
say something like 10 years old. Watch it.
there's a guy called Josh Becker worked on the movie. He was a friend, school friend of Sam Raimi, and he kept a diary the entire time they were filming in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And it's the most miserable experience from all
Really?
accounts. Like they were running over time. Some of the actors left.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of scenes where like someone's walking, that's just someone else's legs,
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
actor. There's loads of things like there's a hand reaching for a shower curtain in one
Yeah,
scene.
yeah.
That's the director's little brother.
Right.
There's all
Yeah.
things like that. And
Movie magic.
it's
The movie
you
magic.
read
yeah.
Josh Becker's diaries, and it just sounds
Mm.
like the most miserable thing. They even filmed on New Year's Eve, 79 into 80.
Really.
I think they didn't get to celebrate because they were just doing stuff. Hello, John.
Joining us is
There's the
John,
boss.
the boss of this here convention.
Yeah, mate.
Say hello, John.
Hello, everybody. Hi. It's good to see you again, John.
Thanks for coming back, guys.
That's not a problem. No, it's great to be
Okay.
here. Yeah.
My-
From Sheffield.
Boring.
He's not like
To be
having an
honest.
audio book or some music on or anything.
Oh no, I had podcasts on.
Oh, there you go.
So-
That's something.
Like
Sorry.
I had a podcast called Midst on because I was like, well, it's kind of like got a horror vibe to some of it,
All right.
especially because it's weird as well, which I always like. It's like a fiction podcast
Yeah.
where it's like three narrators all just making up a story, and like to give you an example, like the whole premise is they're on a place, this like planet called Midst, that's
Right.
sort of in this different world where instead of it being like a day and night cycle, the night is like an ocean that was sort of like so the night comes over as like
As
a
a wave.
wave instead of night. But like currently the moon has crashed into the planet.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and it was just great listening to the weird way they were describing people getting messed up by this night stuff, because like I'm going to be behind any podcast that when describing like different things that can possibly happen is that the character Fiona found that her leg had now been replaced by an entire man called Jason, and both
As
of
you
them
do.
were very shocked about it.
I can imagine.
As
Yeah.
you do.
Have you done much in the way of audio work at all? Like
Yeah,
radio
I've done-
dramas and stuff? Yeah.
I've done bits, obviously they've brought me in for ADR and with some of the characters like Men in
Mm.
Black and things like that.
Ooh.
And playing Grey back in Death Eater for Warner Brothers for the Harry Potter Wizards Unite
Mhm.
games, and for the for Nuruk, you know what I mean, things like that. Yeah, out of the Lord of the Rings.
Is that something that you'd want to do a bit
Ooh.
more of, do you think?
Well, whatever the character consists of,
Yeah.
they bring us in. Great.
Yeah.
I like to hear
Nice.
different voices messing about.
Same.
Yeah.
That's literally
Yeah.
like for every year for Christmas, we on our Christmas special, I always write like a sketch, basically
Yeah.
an audio sketch. And this year, I'll be going into spoiler territory here, but this year to cash in on all like the multiverse stuff that everything like Marvel and DC are
Mhm.
doing, everything like that. We're doing a multiverse 50-foot nerd special, so we're all gonna be
Are we
playing.
are we going to be going doing
We're gonna meet
everything
the Pike
everywhere all
box.
at once?
Yes, yeah.
Are we
So,
meeting the Pike box?
we may do. Yeah, so we'll be meeting lots of
We've
various
kind of
versions
done
of
some-
ourselves. So, yeah.
Oh no, that was going into the future.
Yeah,
that
that's
wasn't.
different. Going into
The
the future, and going to a different,
future!
different universes, different things.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, so yeah,
Those-
I might, if you don't mind, call on you
Yeah.
to do a little voice in it.
Those
if you-
special-
it's up to
those
you if
specials
you
are-
wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah, those specials are always like a good time for us getting to exercise our different voices
Yeah.
and things that we can do. Like
Yeah.
one of my favorites
Yeah,
is
all,
still
all
the
six for you.
one of my favorites is still the random voice I gave Declan's wife in the past.
Oh yeah. That's because the actress dropped out of the last.
Yeah,
one.
so it was all like, "Hey, what the hell, getting down that hoot nanny?" It was all that kind of nonsense.
Yeah, but no, we've got some good stuff. I'm not gonna say any more because I don't want to ruin it. But yeah, so
Christmas is coming.
I
folks.
do, obviously I listen to a lot of Doctor Who audio dramas.
Yeah,
and
me
obviously
too.
You've got connection with Doctor
Didn't
Who.
you make
yourself,
one,
yeah.
Paul?
I've been in.
Technically,
I've been in a couple, and
the one with
and then there's the one that's Doctor Who, but not Doctor Who.
that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, the Barnacle Baby. Yeah, back in the day.
Do you know my characters from Doctor Who?
You've done a number. There was.
George, the guy who used to run the Liverpool Doctor Who group. You know what I mean? So he knows his onions.
You were the creature in the one in the hotel.
Minotaur, yeah.
Yeah. You were one
forgot
of
what a
the.
Minotaur was
You
called.
were like the Wooden King.
Yeah.
I want to say in
Oh,
one of the
yeah,
Christmas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wardrobe.
You were
Mm.
you were Saldak, the ice Skaldak, the Ice Warrior,
In the submarine.
with
Cold War.
with Nicholas Briggs's voice.
Yeah.
And there's
David
at
Warner's
least
in that one, isn't he?
one other that I'm struggling on right
Yeah.
now.
They're dregs.
Oh
All
yes,
from 56, 55,
yeah,
59,
all
whatever
from
it was.
88.
Oh,
Yeah.
With the lady doctor.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Jodie. Yeah.
Love Jodie. But
Mhm.
yeah, big Doctor Who fans here, and really looking forward to the
Specials.
60th anniversary. Was Doctor Who something that you'd seen
Well,
over
when
the
I was a
years?
kid, I used to hide behind. It was more scary when you were a kid.
Yeah.
You know? So I used to hide behind the cushion.
I've got someone who can attest to that. Someone who's scared of the old gas mask zombies from Christopher Eccleston. Yeah.
The Daleks used to get me when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, that's what I've got tales of my dad hiding behind the settee from.
I don't know where all these
down there.
hide behind the sofa stories came from because I don't know about you. My sofa's up
My
against the
sofa
wall.
was always up against the wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I was,
Yeah.
I was away from the wall. For
Bizarrely,
Doctor Who, especially.
I'm the one person who never found Doctor Who scary per se.
Not now, but you know, back
No,
in the day when you were
not
a
even
kid.
when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
You're like,
I,
In
I-
fact,
and
I
I've
could
said-
get away with these because I can go upstairs. Nah.
Well, they could fly
Now,
an 18.
I've said this on the podcast before, so these two will remember this. But the one thing I found scary, Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds.
Oh, really?
That
yeah.
really scared the hell out of me. You know,
I
the
thought you were
whole
gonna say-
dun 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 and ooh la and all
Yeah.
that.
Ooh-la.
My dad used to have that on in the car, and I would just, cringe because that really scared me in a way that Doctor Who never did. At
You
that
were-
age.
You were on when we did the. It was all three of
Yeah,
us.
it
when
was
we
all
joined
three of
just-
us. That's what I'm saying. I've talked about this
Was it
before.
like-
right.
in the early
On
days of
yeah.
the 19th or 20th century, no
Yeah.
one could have
In the
guessed
last
it
days
was-
of the
yeah,
19th century.
I forget it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were
And the
going to say
Martians, they
Ghost
slowly
Watch.
drew their plans.
Ghost
against
Watch.
us.
I'm a big fan of Ghost Watch.
Oh, okay, you're gonna have to add
Float
else.
down
Okay,
No,
no
it's
worries.
always a pleasure,
Yeah,
Spencer,
we'll see
and
you shortly.
we shall
Have a
see
great
you
day.
down there. I'm
Okay.
sure. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Thanks for dropping by. Bye bye.
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 Someone switch his mic off.
Hey. Yeah.
That's fine.
No, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Professional.
No, you mentioned Ghost Watch.
Yeah.
Ghost Watch.
Ghost Watch. Big
Ghost
big
Watch.
fan.
It's
I-
the German
Yes.
remake.
I'm Ghost Watch. Since last year, I've been trying to get round to showing that to Joshua, and
It's great.
because especially
We were supposed
he's-
to all watch that together at one point, and
yeah,
we
well,
never
We were
did.
supposed to get in touch with the writer.
Oh,
of the
that was
show.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
Stephen
Falk,
Yes,
yeah. But yeah, no, I because Joshua is now doing the Shiverpool tours, so he's doing sort of horror and
Josh Ghost
that-
now?
Shiverpool. I have
Yeah.
explained about
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
That's
Ghost
what-
tours.
Yes, Josh Ghost now.
It's a pun on Josh Shrek now.
Oh, okay. You know a joke isn't funny if you have to explain it.
I didn't explain it.
Uh huh. not terribly well anyway.
I just said words.
Yeah. Words said, order.
What
wrong.
joke? I was asking a legit question.
Yeah, no. Anyway,
I say many word when few word do trick.
yeah. But anyway, if you do happen to be around Liverpool, I have to recommend the Shiverpool Ghost Tours. They are very entertaining. Yeah, I can.
Sorry, Amara's taking selfies in the background.
Yep.
It's
When
yeah.
else will I get the
Is it?
opportunity?
So it's like part historical, part scary stories, and part jump scares. Street theatre. Great fun. Do recommend it. Look them up on all the socials. Shiverpool.
One thing I do need to ask-
in my head, like when you said, "Oh, it's like street theater," like my immediate thought was, they're like, "Oh my god, there's someone dressed as a ghost," and then the ghost is like pretending to try and get out of an invisible box.
That's just mime. That's just
Yeah,
mime.
yeah. It's like, oh shit, no, that's.
And
not-
you know what we say
Sorry.
to mimes? Learn the fucking words.
So
Are we
Amara-
allowed to?
Well, yeah.
No, there's
Yeah.
no one here.
Well,
It's
John
fine.
said we could. Doesn't mean we have to. Uncle Pete's been in the chat and wants to know, Amara, when are you going to try and get your title back of 50-foot nerd throwdown champion?
Whenever.
It would have been in November.
Yes,
but,
it would.
The show has unfortunately been.
Yeah,
cancelled,
he may have
Where
to. He may have to do the whole vacating the title.
Yeah.
It-
Uncle
it-
Pete will remain champion for a little bit longer until
Yes.
we next do a
Oh, yeah.
throwdown, which will be sooner than you think. I'm just going to say that much. It's going to be sooner than you think.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun.
No, so yeah, the 51 throwdown. Yeah, I may as well say it now on the show.
The
I have
51-foot throwdown. That's the next.
Yeah,
that's
I
the
have
next
already.
season.
Oh,
put
an
posts
extra
out-
12 inches.
Yeah, I put posts out on the social
'Cause
feed
you're
there.
there,
But
Paul.
Yes.
the venue, Blackstock Market, Black Street Market, Black Market. The venue is not going to be ready in time for our show on the 11th of November, so due to circumstances out of our control. So we will not be able to go ahead with the show as planned. We are going to be scheduled for the new year, and there are certain plans afoot, hopefully, to get that happening. So just watch this space. We'll let you know when that's
the game's afoot.
The game is afoot, Sherlock.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought
And we'll be doing
also-
I thought the game was just a pheasant, but never mind.
No, it's also an arm and a leg and any other limb that you'd like to
Oh, okay.
do.
So long as we get ahead.
Exactly. And on that note, I think we'll wrap this section up, and then we'll go and maybe do a little bit of a walk around, a little bit of a confluence.
Shall we go and see what exciting things we can find at HalloCon?
I think we shall indeed.
Okay,
And
so-
Tina Zamora lets us
No.
plug this thing in.
Yes, we
So
can.
yeah, she's got a phone that we can actually use our shotgun mic on. Then we will be on the floor. So
Cool.
until we next see you, then which won't be too long. Stay tuned, and yeah, see you soon.
You go.
See you in a bit, maybe about 10-15 minutes or so. Bye.
Geek away.
Geek off for
Geek
now.
away, geek away.
Geek off.